Well, it has been kind of a wild time, and it just reminds me of something you've warned us about is beware of the headlines. It's like,
Yeah.
I saw where stocks or excuse me, views on financial news networks have really shot up like 40, 45, 50% because of all the tariffs. And we're all just, hanging on the edge of our seats, figuring out what is really happening. And yet, when I talk to my wife, who does all the shopping, I asked her, I said, have you seen any big swings in prices yet? She said, absolutely not. She said, actually, eggs are a little bit cheaper. So I thought that was good news.
Well, that's exactly right. I mean, of course, yeah, we're suddenly in this phase where anybody who has a 401k is they're watching the market every day, because they're fretting about what's happened to the value of their retirement funds. But I don't know. I mean, everyone's different. Everyone has their tolerance for risk and volatility and all of that. But I think ultimately a lot of this is going to settle down and shake out okay. I think the problem is, yes, in the short run, these headlines can be just really unsettling. And I think in a lot of cases are a little bit off base in terms of whatever message they're conveying. And I think it can really get folks kind of unsettled beyond what they should be given what's going on.
Or it reminds me of what Warren Buffett said. He said, if you see blood in the streets, now is the time to buy.
Right.
And it seems like, with media, as fast as it goes now, because everybody has a telephone in their pocket that has the media in there and notifications and whatnot. Boy, it seems to me like, Art, now is the time to jump on this. Am I wrong?
No, actually, I think you're right about that, because I think this tariff environment, it's been really interesting because if you think about it, most of what is going on hasn't really happened yet. Again, it's all about the headlines in terms of the tariff war, the trade war. Uh, the headlines make you think somebody, the current administration flipped a switch, and now all these tariffs are in place, and the prices of goods and services has already gone up. But in reality, that hasn't happened yet. Now there's an expectation of that, further underscored by Fed Chairman Powell himself saying, "Hey, I think this strategy is going to mean higher inflation and a stagnant economy." Well, okay, maybe, but what's funny about this, well, it's not funny, it's just odd, is the tariff situation really hasn't been settled yet. I mean, didn't we just get told there's a 90-day, extension on these tariffs that were announced? And now all these countries are coming to the U.S. and wanting to negotiate. Well, as that plays out, the reality is nothing really has changed in terms of tariffs, because what was going to be changed got extended for 90 days. So it's like we're running around being worried and wringing our hands about what hasn't actually happened yet. And as your wife, anecdotal evidence suggested, yeah, it's like, yeah, she's not seeing any increase in grocery prices to speak of. So why don't we calm down and let the process play out? And so what happens in terms of timing, for anybody who's been thinking about buying a house, I think this is actually creates, you don't want to time the market, as we always say, but if you've been kind of on the fence and you're getting closer to wanting to do something, this tariff situation is an opportunity. I mean, for one, if the worst case scenarios that are being predicted play out, inflation goes up. If that goes up because of tariffs, if inflation goes up because of tariffs, that's not going to be good for mortgage rates.